Live from the altar with G. Who's here with me? Hey, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Live from the altar with G. Who's here with me? Knock, knock. I can need some music or something, you guys. Live from the altar with G. Who's here with me? Knock, knock. Welcome, welcome, everyone. It's Friday night. Hope everyone's doing wonderful. All right. So I'm going to pull and get our theme for the day real quick, and then we will get into it. Do you feel heard and seen? All right, so it's going to be our theme. Hey, PP, welcome. Okay, collective, do you feel heard and seen? And it's the Five of Spades. We're going to get into it, so stay with me. We're also going to be doing something a little new tonight. I've done it in some of my videos, but I'm on live before. And we'll pull some charms and do some tarot. We've got our pendulum here for the yes/no questions. So, welcome back, loves. Welcome if you're new to the sanctuary. I'm so glad you found your way here. And if you're rewatching or replaying this and not watching it live, that's okay. It's timeless. So, it finds you when it is meant to. All right, so let's get into this. We have a theme tonight. Do you feel heard and seen? I don't know about y'all, but it was the day for me. Okay, so we got 5, which is change, transformation, also can be conflict, and it is spades. Okay, so what do we know about spades, y'all? That is air or swords energy in tarot. So, like I said, conflict. All right, could also be truth, decisions, mental battles. So yeah, this is all about feeling heard and seen. Okay, so if that's you. And I'm going to pull some charms here and we will get into the Q&A. So feel free to go ahead and put in the chat your questions that you may have. Also, let me know where you're joining from. I like to see that, what your zodiac sign is. That's mostly fun for me, but it does give me some insight as well. So remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Always, always use your own discernment. You're your own best guide. I am using the truth, or using my tools and showing you guys the truth that spirit has shown me. Okay. And then my own lived experiences on steady. So welcome, welcome. We're going to pull some charms. Let's see what comes on. Oh, we got 2 bows, you guys. Look at this. An off-white one. Yeah, more beige. A beige bow and a red bow and the number 3. Ooh, I'm liking this already, y'all, okay? Because 3 is all about connection, communication, mind, body, spirit connection, especially. And usually any bow that's kind of white, this one's kind of off white or beige, can mean a spirit message, okay, or a gift from beyond. And then the red one, I'm hearing reminder for some reason, but usually that's some sort of a gift, okay? Some sort of a gift. But we're gonna get into this, see what's going on. And we are gonna pull our my little flower. We are gonna pull from our cosmic body codes, which ties into your zodiac. Another reason I was asking for your sign in the chat. Okay, so we can get the queue going. If you have a specific question, we're gonna steer away from legal and medical, of course, because it's YouTube, y'all. But feel free to go ahead and start your questions so we can get a cue going. So as I said, the bows, and we have two here, which is significant, okay? That's gift energy, okay? It can be softness and beauty, receiving. I'm getting like, especially with the red one, kind of a surprise, but also reminder energy. And the colors do matter here, okay? Because red, although that can stand for a fire sign, mostly Aries and Leo, but it's also passion, anger, sensuality, survival. It has to do with the root chakra. And then the kind of beige one that we got here, yeah, I'm getting that that's more, it can be earthly energy, but I'm leaning more towards kind of it being an off white, which is like spirit or moon energy, divine connection. Okay. So we may have a message here from a past loved one. We shall see. But there's definitely some sort of gift or reminder here. Maybe a reminder of your connection with spirit because of the three. Okay. So again, welcome. If you're just joining, feel free to say hey in the chat. Let me know where you're joining from, your zodiac sign, and any questions you may have. Or if you want a general pull, you can say that too. Otherwise, I might just do these in order. My zodiac sign. Let's see what falls out. Now, what this is a deck that I designed. It's actually a part of like a 3 or 4 part deck. But it kind of talks about body codes. If you don't know what body codes are, it's kind of how your sign ties into the things that you hold and how it manifests into your body health wise. Okay. Again, not medical advice, but it's very interesting. So I'm always curious to see how it resonates for people. So this will be fairly quick. We'll go through these. You guys can ask any follow up questions, and then I'll actually pull tarot for anyone that wants it. Okay. And again, free, but tips are always appreciated. You're always appreciates tips. Okay. Oh, Aries came out first. Interesting, because I was saying the red could be associated with Aries. So our Aries here, and remember our theme tonight is, do you feel heard and seen? Okay. So if you're here, maybe it's because you're not feeling heard, you're not feeling seen. Okay, so someone needed to hear that too. So for Aries, this is head, brain, face. Okay, so because Aries tend to kind of bottle things up at times. They can experience inflammation. They can be kind of impulsive too, but they're very prone to headaches and stress. Okay. So if you're feeling any of this, red jasper is a really good stone for you to work with, Aries, and peppermint tea. Really, peppermint anything, but drinking peppermint tea is really good for Aries. Peppermint, and then we got like red and white. That's funny. And then next that came out for me is Aquarius. Okay. And Aquarius is kind of associated with the color blue. They very much are affected by their circulatory system, okay, their ankles and their nervous system. This is usually due to overstimulation, isolation, okay, so they kind of experience tension in these areas. Dry brushing is really good, okay, and also selenite. So, which I have here, if you don't know what it looks like. All right, next, Sagittarius. Sagittarius tend to have issues. Now, it doesn't have to be anything major, okay, but liver, hips, thighs, sciatic nerve problems. I know me personally, I have had those in the past. So it totally makes sense for me. They tend to struggle a little bit with overindulgence. This can really be with anything, okay? Whether it doesn't have to be an addictive substance, it can even be, food, it can be candy, anything really. But overindulgence, escapism, restless energy, okay? It's kind of that saggy freedom fire thing. Milk thistle, really good to work with, and amethyst. Amethyst is a very kind of calming stone, okay? So that's a good one. And we have Libra here. Oh, I picked up Libra and Scorpio at the same time. Maybe someone's got both in their chart. Libras tend to experience issues with the kidneys, lower back, bladder, so kind of the urinary tract, if you will. Due to toxin buildup, indecisions, okay? It's all connected, mind, body, spirit, it's all connected. So, due to indecisions, they tend to have strain in their relationships. So, dandelion root tea and meditation are huge for my Libras, okay? And then since we picked up Scorpio along with it, we'll go with Scorpio next. Scorpios tend to have issues with the reproductive system, their bowels, elimination. So maybe like irritable bowel syndrome, things like that. This is due to repression, okay? Sometimes it can be due to sexual traumas, secrecy, control issues. Um, Yoni steam is really good. If you don't know what that is, you can contact me. We're a little limited with YouTube. Black obsidian is a great, great stone to work with. Okay. All right. Capricorns. Capricorns tend to have, and this came out last night in a reading on live too. But for those who weren't here, I will repeat it. So, Capricorns, because they put so much pressure on themselves to be stable and to make money and to be successful and all these things, they're kind of known for being, very disciplined and very money work focused, sometimes workaholics. So they tend to have issues in the joints, bones, teeth, okay? Specifically knees as well. So pressure, um, rigidity, chronic tension. So using salve for the joints and working with smoky quartz is really good for them. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome, welcome. Gotcha, PP. You're in the queue. Yes, please tap the screen. Thank you. Gotcha, Cheryl. All right, I'm going to write this down. PP and then Cheryl. So that nobody gets lost in the queue. All right, I got you guys down. Ladies first, okay. We make it out of this tough spot. Okay. Well, thank you, PP. Again, let Cheryl go first. All right, so I will get you guys going as soon as we get through these. We got a few more to go. So next is Virgo, so another earth sign, okay? Virgos tend to have issues with their digestive tract, intestines, gut health. Usually, this is because of their overthinking, their need to control. They tend to suffer from perfectionism. Okay, they want things to be perfect, orderly. They can be overly critical. So a lot of times, they end up having issues with their gut because of this. So digestive bitters, if you guys have ever had bitters, those are really good. Grounding rituals, grounding walks, barefoot in nature, surfing, things like that, connecting with nature are really good for any earth sign, really, but especially for Virgo. All right, next we have Leo, another fire sign here. So Leos tend to have issues with their heart, their upper back, and their spine. Okay, this is due to heart strain, being very prideful, that lion energy. And a lot of times they block their own joy because of this. Okay, so rose quartz is really good to have on the heart. I would say anytime you're working with rose quartz, also work with amethyst because you want to bring in balanced love. Okay, lion's breath is really good for Leo too. Next, we have Gemini. So, Gemini tend to have issues with their lungs, their arms, hands, and their nervous system. Okay. This can be due to anxiety, restlessness. Sometimes they experience like shallow breathing, panic attacks. So, working with Moline or, daily breath work is really, really good for Gemini. And then we have Cancer. Now, cancers usually have issues with their chest, their stomach, their breasts. This can be because they tend to hold things in, so they're not digesting things the way they should emotionally. They're also very sensitive, okay? They can have some deep mother wounds, things like that, that need to be healed. So, working with moonstone is really good for them, or even drinking warm lemon water every morning. And then we have Taurus. So another earth sign here. They tend to have issues with the throat, neck, thyroid, vocal cords. This is because Taurus, they're the bull, right? So they can be a bit stubborn and blocked, especially when it comes to expression. So throat chakra, sore throat issues. Chamomile tea is really good. And working with blue stones like blue lace agate, really good. I'll show you guys. Where's my... I had one here. I was going to show you an example. I don't know where it went. Okay, well, if I find it, I'll show you guys later. I was moving things around today, so I'm not sure. It's hiding from me. Okay, and then last but not least, we have Pisces. Okay, and Pisces tend to experience issues with their feet, their lymphatic system, pineal glands. Okay, they can have sleep issues, energy leaks, deal with escapism. So, Epsom salt, soaking your feet in Epsom salt's really good. Working with labradorite stone is excellent. Okay, if you guys have any follow up questions on that, let me know. Yeah, I still can't find my stone. I don't know, guys. It disappeared on me. All right. Catch up with the chat. Hey, Dylan. Welcome, welcome. I was just going over signs and issues that they have in their body that manifest due to a spiritual nature. So we just had that. If you did miss it, feel free to watch it back on the replay, but we are going to get into your questions now. So PP was being kind enough to let Cheryl go first. So I believe, Cheryl, you asked who is the star in your family? I'm thinking about getting out a different deck that will tell me like masculine, feminine energy. I do have decks that show names, but of course we won't expect all the names in your family. But let me see here. Let me think how I want to do this, Cheryl. Yeah, let's pull from that deck. I was thinking being called to that. For Cheryl's spirit, who is the star in Cheryl's family? Oh, interesting, because what came out here, and most of these cards have masculine and feminine on them, was another spade, which we already got. This one is air, so it could be an air sign that's a star in your family. I'm going to pull again just to see if we get masculine or feminine. But it says that they're, and three, look, same as our charm. So it's saying miscommunication, conflict, misunderstanding. So maybe there's something going on with that in your family now. For Cheryl's spirit. There we go. Yeah, so feminine energy, we got the nine of hearts here. A feminine energy, and this is hearts, so water energy or cups energy. So looks like a female is the star of your family. I don't know if you were thinking it was you or you had someone specific in mind. We also got nine, which is, endings, release. So that's interesting as well. Okay. And the card actually says happiness, sensual pleasure, satisfaction, spiritual growth. So I'm getting there's some sort of family conflict here, and there's a lot of growth to be had through that. Maybe something you need to release regarding it. But the answer to your question is that it could be an air or a water sign, but it's definitely a feminine energy. All right, so let's go to PP's question here. So you said, was it, will you get out of the tough spot you're in, or are you out of it? Let me see. Will you make it out? Okay, let's see. I'm going to go with the pendulum for this one, PP. Do a little smoke cleanse. I keep doing that. All right. Will PP make it out of this tough spot he's in, spirit? Oh, very quick yes, PP. Very quick and clear yes. Look how strong that's moving. Yes, PP, you will make it out. You're welcome, Cheryl. Ah, you said true. Okay. Anyone else joining, feel free to say hey in the chat. Let me know where you're joining from, your zodiac sign, any questions you may have. Otherwise, we will do some general polls here. I feel like I want to pull from, where did, here we go. Oh, look at this, you guys. This fell out. 8, which I know we've been talking a lot about 8 in the collective. But it says say yes and move fast. And it's actually of clubs, which is fire or wands energy. So action, okay? So someone needs to say yes to something and move quickly on it. Interesting. I want to see what this message that's going to come through is going to be as well. Hey, you're welcome, Cheryl. Let's see what it is. I want to see what is this thing we need to move fast on, and I also want to see what this other message, because we got 2 bows, you guys. That's like surprise gift energy. So let's see coming out. What do we need to move fast on, spirit? Health issues. Okay, that's crazy because we were just talking about all of that. So someone needs to say yes and move fast. Some sort of health issue. All right, let's see what the spirit message is. Oh, I split the deck. Spirit guides. Your dreams are speaking loudly. So someone's been dreaming a lot. What else do I know? Well, I always dream a lot though. And studies show studies show that everyone actually dreams, but that not everyone remembers their dreams. And statistically, women remember their dreams more than men do. So I find that interesting. In case you were wondering. Okay, so we got a message from Archangel Michael. Oh, look, this is crazy. I shuffled yesterday and just shuffled again. But this came out the other night too. So I'm seeing a pattern here. But Archangel Michael says, stop shrinking to keep the peace. But then also, we got a truth is unlocking, and you already sensed this coming. And I was asking about these gifts. So the gift is a truth unlocking for you, and it's something you already sense coming. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, the cards are falling, y'all. Bear with me. Okay, catch up on the chat now. Oh, sometimes you remember PP and then, yeah. I find that when if I start doing anything in the morning right away, it like goes. Sometimes you wake up and sometimes I'm kind of like too asleep to, jot anything down. But I find when you first wake up, if you try to remember your dream or you're like writing it, I mean, don't force it, of course, but you try to write it down, whether that be notes in your phone or on paper. But that's when it's like freshest. And then sometimes you just don't remember, but something might trigger it later in the day. At least that's what happens to me, where I'll be like, I don't remember any of my dreams. And then I might be cooking or something later and be like, oh, I had a dream about this. So it just depends. But usually it's first thing in the morning. Like if I don't really sit and try to remember, then they won't come to me. And sometimes I'll wake up like middle of the night and be like, whoa, I got to write this down. That is crazy, PP. Oh, interesting, Cheryl. Well, we can pull from the love deck and see. For Cheryl's spirit. Oh, two cards jumped out. Fire sign. Oh, your soulmate might be a fire sign. And it says in or out. Interesting. Maybe you already know them. Let's see what. I have a million decks on you guys. I need to get it together, G. Get it together. Okay, so we got through PP and Cheryl. That was our cue. So if anyone else has any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. Otherwise, I am just going to start pulling tarot and see what's going on here. I'm hearing that song, that oldie song. I don't want to sing to you, even though like I do break out in song a lot. I don't want to like torture you guys though with my singing. So, but it's that what's going on. Oh, I don't blame you, Cheryl. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be an X either. maybe someone you've seen in the grocery store or something, or at work, or But we did ask about your soulmate, and we got fire signs. So, ooh, okay. Someone's really been. I almost want to say spiraling, but this card always gives me manifestation energy, because, and it is the ace, which is beginning, self manifestation, raw energy. Yeah. And you see here the head is like a spiral staircase with a light going. Yeah. So maybe someone's been like really deep into meditation or manifestation lately. So not necessarily spiraling in a bad way. You're wrong was at the top of the deck. Special relationship. Oh, maybe that's for you, Cheryl. You saying you don't know them, and I was saying, well, it doesn't have to be an ex. And we got you're wrong and special relationship. That's funny. The cards don't lie. The energy doesn't lie. Sorry, guys. I do random accents too. I can't explain it. Did you guys ever watch? I don't know why this is coming to me, but somebody. It was like one of those nanny shows, and she was British. It was really, really popular. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what it was called. For some reason, she came to mind. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, let me know. Dylan, male or female, what? Hey, Linda. Hi. Thank you for joining. Hi, Michelle. Virgo. Yes, it is. Cheryl. Yeah, see? Only met him twice. See? Oh, this is crazy, Cheryl. See? And you wanted to tell me that it wasn't someone that you knew, and I told you it might be somebody I already knew. Fire sign. That song came to me, and then you're wrong in special relationship. Now you're saying that you only met him twice. Yeah, well, maybe it's time to start. Maybe you will. Oh, sorry, Dylan. Okay, I have to scroll. Hang on. Oh, I see it now. That's right. August. End of August. NASCAR. Oh, your buddy backed out. Weren't you going to ask your friend, Dylan, the girl you're talking to? But yeah, I'll pull. Oh, Michelle, I'm sorry. Hi, Felicia. Welcome, welcome. Maybe you should, Dylan, because that came to me. Okay, healing is a journey. Fill out, you guys. Well, let's see what card comes out, Dylan. I'll pull from that same one that shows male or female energies. It'll give us sometimes zodiac sign or the element anyway, and kind of personality traits. So let's see for Dylan's spirit. Who's he gonna take the NASCAR? Oh, oh, look, another 8. The other one said, "Say yes and move fast." With the 8 of clubs. This one's the 8 of spades, and this is air energy. It says illusion of being trapped, confusion, powerlessness. Yeah, maybe you're kind of feeling that some confusion on who to even take to this, who to even ask. Let's see what else comes out. Let's go. And you know, 8 is abundance, cycles, karma. And we got that earlier. I don't know if I said that. Oh, okay. This is a female air sign here. And this is also spades energy. And this says problems, doubt. Okay. So you want to ask her, but you're a little worried about it. You're kind of doubting it, Dylan. Oh, our theme today that came out is do you feel heard and seen? But you can ask anything other. We stay away from medical and legal because it's YouTube, but otherwise you can ask. Yes, Dylan. Yep, Gemini is an air sign like you, Aquarius. Oh, interesting, Dylan. See? Female air sign. That says you're worried about it, kind of doubting it. And then our other 8, which you got 8, it said, say yes, move fast. So you should ask her. And you know, barring, because I know she's a child, like if she's unable to go for, you know, a really good reason, but that might tell you too more on where you stand and how she's feeling, you know, whether or not she's willing to go with you. It's mind blowing. Let's see what our tarot has to say for the collective. What's going on? I'll see. I'm hearing it again. Oh, look what was on the top of the deck. Get clear on who and what you want. I think that's for a few people in the chat. See what flew out. Ooh, 4 of Cups. Ooh, and then we got King of Cups. Okay, so big cups energy here, you guys, which is hearts. Okay, so water energy, so it could be water signs, but also love and emotions. Okay, so interesting that it came in this order too. I'll tell you why. So 4 is, you know, stability, foundation, protection. Okay. But you see here, I always love this card because there's 3 cups here on the side and 1 right here, that someone's handing her. Her hand is almost even touching it, but she's not paying attention. And we did get these bows. So, like, someone's kind of like not ready to receive or not paying attention. They're not seeing something, Cheryl. Um, they're not seeing something kind of being handed to them. Okay. Something that's already there. They're not really looking. Okay. And this is kind of love wise, emotion wise. And then we've got this card here. And again, you know, he's got a fish here, fish on his neck. So very spiritual message. Could also be Pisces. Fish usually stand for Pisces a lot of times. And we've got a starfish here as well. What else is here? Oh, that's his foot. I thought it was another fish. Yeah, so fish and a starfish, and then a sailboat in the background. But you see his shirt, there's kind of like light radiating from it. And King is a very masculine energy. Okay. And it's all about authority, mastery, leadership. And with it being cups, again, that's water, hearts, energy. Okay. So again, about love. So a masculine that's kind of radiating love, that's a Pisces, or just radiating that emotional love energy. Okay. So they don't have to be a Pisces, but it's very much giving that energy. And he's literally sitting in water. So yeah. It's almost like he's calling in the love because it's almost like, when they do with the sound bowls, he's doing that kind of. You've been missing signs too, Dylan. Uh, let's see, Cheryl. We can ask the pendulum. And then I saw one just come through for Felicia too, so I will get to that one. How are we on? Okay. Does Cheryl know her soulmate already? Does Cheryl already know her soulmate spirit? Yep, that's a clear yes, Cheryl. You already know your soulmate. What I tell ya? Thank you, Felicia. I appreciate it. Oh, love and career. Okay. Change is coming in. Love comes later. Sure. I can pull from the success deck and the love deck for you, even tarot if you want. So let's see. For Felicia Spirit. Know your worth, Felicia came out. That could apply to either one. I'm getting that you may have been questioning whether you should be maybe applying to, I want to say like either lower level or entry level or maybe lower paying jobs because maybe you're feeling a little frustration. And know your worth is coming out. So definitely know your worth and don't just settle. Okay. Long lasting wealth came out for you. Ooh, I love that. And I know that can be difficult, especially when things are tight financially. Um, but we have to keep in mind that the universe will provide, okay? I thought a card fell out and it didn't. It tricked me. Ooh, came flying out. Road opener. Oh, that is so funny because I was just going to talk about this. Um, so I'm getting you may have some sort of a blockage here, Felicia, career wise, okay? And this is not at all just to plug my services, but I do them. So if you're interested, let me know. You can email me if you're not sure, or sanctuary444.com is my website. I do road opener spells, or I have a guide if you are comfortable doing it on your own. I tell you the steps and everything. And if you already know how, then even better for you. But yeah, you might need some ritual work here. And what a road opener does is it kind of clears out any blockages you may have. Usually those are mental blocks. Sometimes it can be, things other people have been putting on you, whether it be energy or spell wise. But a lot of times it's our own mental blocks, our own programming. So it kind of clears that out and then does a spell on top of it that's like to call in, to bring in your aligned work and love for Felicia's spirit. And maybe you've already been feeling blocked in some sort of way. So, oh, video call came out, Felicia. I don't know if you've been video chatting with someone, or maybe this is how you will eventually meet them. And it's going to be somebody loyal. I think maybe you've had issues with that in the past. This one's going to be loyal. Oh, and they're a water sign. Interesting, because we got all this masculine sitting in the water. I was just saying, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Felicia. That's usually the case. Definitely, like when I'll give you this one. When you're applying for jobs, if you're feeling fear when you go to hit that submit button, don't submit it. Maybe sit and do some breath work, meditation, grounding, whatever it is that you feel comfortable with and know how to do. But you need to somehow bring yourself out of that fear state, because that you can't manifest through fear. So all fear does is block you. So you don't want to take an action in the moment you're feeling fearful, if that makes sense. So, and as humans, we tend to do things a little backwards when it comes to this. Sometimes we act out of fear. We rush and do something out of fear, and that's not the way to go. It's quite the opposite. When you feel fearful, it's time to pause, slow down, and that's when we want to ask, whatever it is that you believe in, whether that be prayer, meditation, talking to your spirit guides. It's all kind of the same thing in different languages, right? So, kind of sitting with that. And, I always highly suggest give your spirit team, again, whatever you believe in, permission to act on your behalf. Okay. The spirit world is always working, whether we're awake, asleep, whatever we're doing, it's always moving. Okay. So giving them permission to work on your behalf goes beyond your own capabilities, right? So there are things we don't know. They're beyond our control, beyond our sight, beyond our knowing, and they know, okay? So you want to give them permission to kind of move, you kind of, how the saying goes, let go and let God. Now, whether or not you believe in God is besides the point. But it's the same concept, kind of loosen the reins a little, release the how, and just know that it's going to happen. Okay. The analogy I like to use is like when you go to a restaurant and you order your food, you're not like back there telling the cook, like, where's my food, and telling them how to make it, or at least I hope you wouldn't. Okay, you're placing your order with the server, or, wherever you're at, and you're, trusting, relying that your food's going to come, right? You're going to eat. So that's kind of how it is, put your order in. Kind of, I'm not saying don't take any action, but definitely don't take action when you're fearful. Okay. So it's not sit back and wait and don't do anything, but take aligned action. So when you're feeling good, we tend to, as humans, when we're feeling good, it's like, oh, I want to relax, or I want to do this other activity. Or some people, it's, I want to party, or I want to watch TV. No, when you're feeling good, that's when you do it. Okay. When you're feeling good, when you're feeling confident, when you're feeling joyful, whatever that is, happy, that's when you do it. That's when you move on it. When you're feeling the negative things, you kind of want to sit with that, maybe journal, um, pray, meditate, whatever it is that you do to kind of bring yourself back and to bring yourself out of that fear. If you guys need help with that, let me know. I know it was kind of a long little rant there, but somebody needed to hear it. Good. I'm glad you agree. Hopefully that's helpful to somebody out there. Okay. It's kind of like it's one of those things, at least for me in my past. Okay, I feel like it's one of those things where you hear it and you're like, that makes sense, but practicing it is the hard part, because in the moment you kind of get in your emotions. I know that was definitely my case. And there is no perfection, so I don't like the practice makes perfect saying. Practice makes progress. And so, the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. And the better you get at it, the more it starts to work, the more you start seeing results, things coming in. If you ever had a time in your life where things just kind of fell into place, it could even be something little. Maybe you get all the green lights when you're driving somewhere, you find the perfect parking place. It's kind of like that day, things were just kind of falling into place. Think about what mood you were in, right? And and then you have days where like everything seems to be falling apart. Think about what mood you were in. Think about maybe how you started your day. Okay, because it's like that energy, it just kind of keeps going, like they say, the domino effect. So how you start off your day is key. Ground yourself before you go into any important tasks. All of that. Everything is energy. So if you think of it from that standpoint, that everything is energy, then think about, you do have power here. Okay, there are things you can change. And a lot of that has to do with your attitude, your mood, the energy you take into something. So you don't want to block yourself. And we can be stubborn as humans, where we want to keep doing the thing that we already know isn't working, but because it's what we've been doing, So sometimes we just have to change it up a bit. Okay, so that 5 card that came out is our theme. Do you feel heard and seen? 5 is about change. So yeah, I mean, we need to change things up a bit, guys. Yes, yes, very important. I used to have, glad you guys are great. Back when I was teaching, I feel like I still teach in a sense, but back when I was like in an official teaching position, I had this quote, and it's a pretty popular one. But it's kind of like that attitude is everything type of. I can't. I'm kind of bad at remembering certain quotes and terrible at remembering jokes. So forgive me for that. But it was one of those like you can control, your attitude type things. And it's true. That's one thing that is in your control is and the energy that you're bringing into it. And sometimes I know I've been like this in the past, where you kind of get on a roll attitude wise, whether it's positive or negative. But in this case, I'm talking about, negative. So if you ever get like a little upset and you just feel like you can't stop that roll, like you're kind of annoying yourself even, and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to get out of this funk. So, things tend to kind of keep going. Like I said, a domino effect. So if you're feeling that, just like step away. You got to kind of switch it up, do something else. Take a shower if need be. That's a cleanse too. Take a shower, rinse it off of you, kind of. And if you have to, a cold shower, like jolt yourself a little bit, like shock yourself out of it. I don't know. It's just sometimes a little reset. Music is a good one that tends to kind of put me in a different mood. So whatever it is for you, that'll get you out of that funk. And yeah, if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling fearful, it's definitely not the time to be doing it, especially something serious like that. And I know it's hard because we tend to think about things like work and money, when we're stressing about it. And that's when we want to act, because we're acting out of fear. So we're like scared of, the worst case scenario. So we're like, oh my gosh, I have to do something. And that's actually backwards energetically. It's a tough cycle to break, but it's not impossible. 21 days to form a new habit. So yeah, maybe try my 21-day challenge. It's a freebie I have on my website, sanctuary444.com. PP, I know that you've got it. So for those of you that don't, check it out. It's my 21-day challenge. It's kind of changing your mindset, things to stop saying to yourself, things to start saying to yourself to kind of replace them. I used to do this with my students all the time, and they absolutely loved it. And that's kind of how I started with it, because I used to have a lot of negative self talk, and so that's really what helped me was the positive affirmations. So something just as simple as what is one that I used to say all the time? Well, I used to always be like, "Oh, I have bad luck. I never win anything." And sometimes you say things jokingly, but I would be like, "Oh, that's just my luck." I would say that all the time. That's just my luck. When things would happen, and it's like, don't, you don't want to say that. You don't want to talk bad about yourself, and you don't want to bring bad things onto yourself. So just sometimes it's simple little things like that, and then sometimes it's really big things too. So the way you talk to yourself, the way you think, all of that really matters, you guys. Welcome to my TED Talk. Oh, he doesn't need your number, Cheryl. No, I'm kidding. What are you gonna do? What is Cheryl gonna do? Well, let's see. Let's see what comes out of. Oh, this is funny. We got redirect. That was just sitting there when I looked over. Let's see, Cheryl. If there's any certain action you need to take, we'll see what comes out from the love deck. I might even pull from the tarot. But and I say that jokingly, but he really doesn't have to have your number to. Whoa, okay. We got don't overthink it. Romance. Yeah, he doesn't. He really doesn't have. Oh, Cheryl, twin flame. Oh goodness, you said soulmate. Twin flame came out. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's more intense than a soulmate. There's a lot out there on it, and a lot of people have their own opinions. So, however you want to view that, but I believe in twin flames. And basically, that is that when you're born, you are one soul split into two, and you kind of spend your lifetimes seeking out your other half. And that's where the saying actually came when people say, my other half, my better half, was kind of from this, people call it legend, okay, from this story. And I believe, don't quote me on this part, I believe it stems from Greek mythology. And I'll have to look that up and get back to you guys on it. But I did actually did a whole video on twin flames, maybe a couple of them. I don't know. I have so many videos now. So you guys can check those out too. But the point of this is that twin flames aren't always meant to be together in this lifetime. Not that you won't be. But when they finally come together and it works is when they are both healed enough to be in that partnership. And it says that they meet in every lifetime, but it's kind of like in the lifetimes you're not together, you're kind of always seeking each other. So I think it's a really beautiful concept. Um, so let's see what else. So don't overthink it. Like I said, you might run into him at the grocery store. And do you have his number? You said he doesn't have yours. And then hello, like with today's day and age, social media and all this, I'm just like, people can find you, girl. People can find you. XOXO. Ooh, fancy date. XOX hugs and kisses and fancy date. I don't know. I think it's coming in for you based on this. Let's see what Tarot has to say. Phoebe. For sure. Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is funny because you're like, how's he gonna find me? And here she's like on the stage with spotlights on her. He's seeing you. He's somehow not like in a creepy way, but he's somehow already seeing you, already watching you. This could be maybe he's looking at your social media. Maybe he sees you around town. I don't know. But there's also the Six of Wands. Wands is fire energy. I did say fire sign. I don't know if you know his sign. Um, but this is harmony, harmony and love. So, and this wand is on fire. Okay, so getting big fire energy for you here, Cheryl. But yeah, you're already in the spotlight, at least in his eyes. And you got the Page of Pentacles too. Um, and Pentacles is kind of earthy energy. Did you say you were a Virgo? I apologize if I'm mixing you up. But anyway, that's kind of earthy energy, but that's, money, body, work, home, value, manifestation. So maybe you've been calling this in. This is a very kind of relaxed energy in a yoga pose, holding the pentacle. Um, Wearing a black hoodie, so maybe a little guarded still. You might be a little guarded still, but I get that you're not like too worried about it. You're just kind of more curious. Oh, interesting. I was saying that about the salary, Felicia. I'll be the right one for you. Let's see. So I'll be the right job for Felicia Spirit. No, LB's not the right job for you, Felicia. Oh, Dylan. Didn't I say that in one of your readings? I feel like I did, and you were like, I don't think so. And I was like, she's talking to someone. But let's see. Is she still talking to? Is she still on and off with the ex? Let's see. Is Dylan's is Dylan's Gemini still off and on with the ex spirit? Oh, it's a little shaky here. Yeah, I think so here, Dylan, because it started off in a little circle, kind of like they're going round and round. Then it was a little shaky, and then it was pointing towards yes. So yeah, I think they're kind of off and on, going round and round, a little shaky. Ah, Cheryl, that makes sense. Earth, you're still okay. Earth sign. Yeah, the Pentacles is Earth energy, so that makes sense. So, Cheryl, you want to know what happened quickly? Yes, Felicia. Just remember your energy while you're applying, and think about the road opener. Okay, will this happen quickly for Cheryl? Yeah, pendulum saying yes, Cheryl. Oh boy, Dylan. Okay, so Felicia, when? Let's see with our clarifier deck. Sometimes this will give me time frames. A couple of you are asking for time frames. Flames. Oh, see, I said flames. Twin flame. Felicia. Right job. Okay. Felicia spirit time frame. That's interesting. During COVID fell out. Oh, but then I also got November. Maybe could mean it's healthcare. It could mean it's something to do with COVID. I don't know. There's something to do during COVID there. And then November fell out. Let's see. What else comes out for the travel for work came out? And you deserve more, Felicia. Yeah. So that's confirmation about that. I think it was the LB you said job you were asking about. Oh, it is healthcare industry. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, Cheryl, I'm glad you're excited. Yeah, focus on what you do want for all of you. Don't focus on what you don't want. Focus on what you do want. That's how you bring it in. She might like you, Dylan. Will she get away from him? Let's ask. Will Dylan's Gemini get away from the X spirit? So it's pointing towards yes, but it is a little shaky. So it might take some time, but she is going to get away from him. You might have to be patient with her. Oh, well, we did get a card that said your dreams. What did it say? Your dreams are speaking loudly from the spirit guides. That might have been before you came on, Dylan. You just said you had a dream. Oh, it's terrible, Dylan. Cheryl, not necessarily. It can be. You very much can marry a twin flame. It's kind of like a spiritual marriage, so to speak. Your souls are kind of eternally destined, if I guess is the best way to put it. Because you're said to share a soul. So it's kind of more than a earthly marriage, if that makes sense. Oh, good question, Felicia. Let's see. Felicia states that her current job will she get promoted before 2027, Spirit. That sounds so far away, but it's really not, huh? No, Felicia, if you stay at your current job, you won't get promoted before 2027. That might be why you need to move on. Ooh, my candle went out, my diffuser went out. That is weird, Dylan. Let's see if we get a time frame. And then I think we will do our affirmations. I'm framed for Wendell and Gemini will get away from her ex-man. I just saw the April card, but let's see if that falls out or something else. Then it landed on April. Okay, so yeah, might take a little bit of time. And then I just saw karmic ties. She's got karmic ties. Oh, that's funny, Dylan. Oh, 2 to 3 years. Let's see. Felicia stays in her current job. 2 to 3 years. Right. Ooh, it's shaky. Kind of between no and choose again, and it's a little shaky. Yeah, no, I don't think they have that intention. I mean, things can always change, of course, but I don't. They don't really have that intent. Things are kind of shaky, whether that be because of budget or something else going on. But um, and then it going between no and choose again. It's kind of that. I think has to do with that know your worth, Felicia. You're welcome. All right, let's see here, guys. Um, uh, I went to pull a different the affirmations, and feeling like a joker was on. Hmm. Someone's feeling like a joker lately. Don't feel like that. Yeah, see? So spirit wants you to remember spirit and the universe want what's best for you. That's a game changer, guys, once you start believing that. Why would they want anything less for you? Oops. I am unstoppable. Oh yeah, you better believe it. I am resilient. Love it. Oh, funny, Felicia. Yeah, let's see if we can get anything else from Love Deck for you, real quick, Felicia, and then we're gonna do our affirmations and close out. I think because it's getting late. Ooh, some cards popped out before I even got there. Says faded, coffee date, and you already know. Oh, maybe you already know them. Maybe you went on a coffee date or you're gonna go on a coffee date, but something's faded here. Something's meant to be. Interesting. Okay, guys, so I am still a little bit behind on my email. I'm going to be catching up. So if you've emailed me, don't fret my pet. I'm getting to it. I promise. You guys are all important to me. And I am still working on getting the Reiki course up if you're interested in getting certified in Reiki. If you want to work with me one on one, you want to do a reading, anything like that, or if you just want to support the sanctuary, everything is appreciated. Whether that be you liking, subscribing, commenting, viewing live, tipping, or booking any of the services or buying the downloads, everything is appreciated. So it's all an energy exchange, guys. So I appreciate it. Again, it's sanctuary444.com. All the information is on the YouTube channel. I am going to be going live again tomorrow. So make sure you have your notifications on so you see I don't always schedule in advance. All right. All my info again is in the description and in the bio. And thank you so much for joining. And those of you watching the replay, thank you so much for watching as well. Let me know in the comments too if this resonated for you. I also do extended. So if there's anything you want to go deeper into that was in this reading, you can let me know that. So again, Spirit wants us to know and start affirming. Spirit and the universe want what's best for me. I am unstoppable and I am resilient. So affirm it with me. Spirit and the universe want what's best for me. I am unstoppable. I am resilient. And check out my Affirm It With Me series of shorts. Those are free too on my YouTube. There's hundreds of free videos for you guys to check out as well. So feel free to do that. And join me. Oh, I do. Hi, Shy. Hi, Luminous. If you've got to click on, I can do it. We were just about to close out. Thank you, Felicia. New York. I think they may have left. If you're still here and you have a quickie, let me know. Otherwise, I am going live tomorrow too. I'll be doing it earlier tomorrow because tomorrow is Saturday. So I'll be going live earlier. So turn on those notifications so you guys get it. Okay, I think they're gone. All right, guys. So I think we'll go ahead and call it. Thank you again so much for joining. I appreciate each and every one of you beautiful souls. Join me tomorrow and we will catch up some more. Until then, sending you light, love, and healing. And I hope this helped. Thank you.